So that's I always say, if you don't feel comfortable, grind more. That'll always help you out.
Yeah, because there is a point where, like, even being over leveled for Zeromus, the vanilla game, like the Zeromus fight in the vanilla game, if you're leveled up enough, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Like the whole agility anchoring thing is a science that, like, it's not hard to figure out, but levels can outdo that. So it's completely possible to get through that. It's also
if you don't want to learn agility anchoring, learn power grinding.
Exactly. That is like your answer to agility anchoring. Just level 100? Who cares? So, but it's definitely a viable thing to do. I've seen people who, and I mean, the thing to always remember if you're going to try to learn agility anchoring, 100% learning that Sid has the slowest of the, like, viable agility anchors. He just doesn't get agility fast. So he can be level 60 something and have like 15 agility. Now, that's something to keep in mind, that you don't want to go over 14 all too often, because you will have the wackiest Zeromus fight ever. But Fusoya is actually one of the best agility anchors, because he is at 20 and he never changes. He will never get another agility point. So
I don't know about it.
You say 14, but my column was on 17, and I did just fine.
Now listen. We are talking about, which I'm assuming who just joined us. We're talking about you, of all people, Poydrak. Listen, okay? We've been talking about this the entire day, that we'd have people who are not slouches on these games by any means. You know, you, Kedril, Velociraptor are all, like, very well-versed people in FF4FE. Actually, you know what? I just thought about something. I need to back out of here, and I need to stop watching the stream.
Yeah, get out of there, unknown.
I just realized that. I did not see a single thing, okay? I am 100% admitting that outright. I did not see a single damn thing. I'm not trying to cheat. I swear. Whoops.
Try to get a heads up on competition.
Yeah, I totally didn't even think about that, y'all. I'm just sitting here BSing. All right, everybody, I'm going to drop out. Have a fantastic time. I will see y'all on the other side as well. Yo, Rex, thank y'all. Thank you so much, man. That was a lot of fun commentating with you.
So, you were talking about me? Why?
Now that he's gone.
Well, you weren't here, so we could make fun of you.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead. Keep doing that.
Anyway, Sonny finds the fighter sword in Uncle Hallway, so there's a sword right there. So, real quick, we have 3 crystals to enter GT, and then 7 to get the Ganon. That leaves a lot of stuff open for this seed, because some of your progression may be up in that tower after you get 3 crystals.
Okay, and I just want to say, as we're transitioning over to Link to the Past, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. Poydrak, Siberian Bull, Mega Cadecris.
Hi.
Hope you all have a good evening, and let's have a good finish for this relay. It's been fun.
Yeah,
All
fun
right.
and
Thanks, Rex.
it's fun and definitely an improvement over last time. So, Link to the Past. Progression. What's been said about progression?
Well, since we're just starting.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a sword, and that's about it. And really, he needs everything.
Yeah. Also, we just saw a shovel in the lumberjack tree, so might not be seeing that later, but it might be progress. Yeah,
with the way I've seen some of these trolls today, I wouldn't be surprised if that's required.
If this seat's going to be awful, it's going to be because it's going to be an aga climb for a shovel. Shoutouts to my friend JTN.
Wait, is my audio, like, balanced good? For commentating right now? Or can I... Oh, okay. Cool. But we'll see what the seed holds.
Because we are now heading down into Cacktown to see all the goodies that are in store for us.
Yeah, I will admit before we go too far into this, my knowledge of Link to the Past is limited to multi-world. So if I get a few things wrong, it'll be just in par with the rest of this commentary earlier today.
You'll be fine.
Johnny might be relying on Nika to get something.
Just bring the hype. That's all. And Mega Kid Icarus is here to bring the rage towards Nika.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, after watching that earlier and
Rage.
your struggles, it was like,
please, where's Varia? Yeah. Now we had a map check. Did any of you see what was on the map?
Not one bit.
Oh wait, no, you can't.
And we've got a master.
Somehow, for some reason, there was an opting to have maps and compasses shuffled into this mix as well.
Yep. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, not now at least.
So what I get from that is that the crystals and the pendant and dungeons are pretty much unknown until you get through the boss.
Yep. Well, if you find a map, you'll find information as to what the dungeon is. So maps are important because they're all over the place. But if you go into a dungeon, our runners are gonna have to think about whether or not they're gonna complete that dungeon because it may or may not be a crystal.
Someone in chat is saying something about there being double audio, and we have our first. And we have our first map and compass. There are Light World dungeons.
Also finding a pair of gloves in Blind's hut.
Shadow.
Also has that master sword, so that Agger is looking more
and more
on the table.
alluring. But remember, they don't have neither. There's no moon pearl in play. Wherever could it be? Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I know.
Maybe. I'm not gonna say till any of these three runners find it.
All right, so only a bundle of blueberries in the chicken hut. He forgot to check the bottle vendor, which was only a piece of heart. He walked right by. He was like, "All right, I have money now."
It's only capitalism issues.
Well, he had to spend his 50 rupees to get bombs to begin with, so it's kind of needed. Just $20 in the back of the tavern.
Of course, and some seeds.
So not a whole lot so far in Cactown.
Just
we're gonna see what's on this library ledge, and then he might end up YOLOing the race game here. Oh, he's not even looking in library. He just walked right by it.
Oof.
He might just think, I'll wait until I actually get boots for that. There's no point worrying about it until I get it.
Could be a good play, could not be. It's certainly a consideration when betting a seed.
I just hope hope nothing's really there, and just $20 in the race game. It looks like he is going to take that bit of cash.
Early money's always good.
Okay, so I hope there's nothing on that library ledge. Oh boy.
Oof. Then, at this point, there's less and less locations that can be checked, so either it's worth going down south and maybe seeing if there's something to find in the south, going for Agana's cave, or perhaps Sahasrala's hut holds something.
No, he's going to do a Sahasrala check. He's going to go all the way around, check the dam here first, and check Mini Sholdorn.
Classic plays.
Yeah, and there's always that little troll of the ice cave item that some people don't like to get early because it's just so far out of the way.
Yeah, but you also run the risk of ignoring it and actually something being there. So it's just an annoying spot in general.
But you know what item I'm sure everyone is hoping?
Ooh, knowledge.
You know what item I'm betting everyone's starting to hope comes into play soon?
Ooh, desert. And it's green pendant.
That's two. There's two pendants on the overworld, and there's one dungeon not known yet. I love how you say that.
Such evil thoughts.
Oh, I do too. I also wish for a pedestal seat as well. But there may be other ways of drawing.
And just stealing an old man's retirement money in his cave.
In fact, I do want some knowledge to be found soon. That's the one item that I'm sure everyone's favorite item to find in Randomizer is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also hope we find the cannon burner.
Heading down to the mini Mordom cave. That's it.
Gotta defeat four of these dorms to unlock a door for a whole bunch of hype, or is it?
Or garbage.
Well, someone knows. I don't, but someone does. Oh,
300.
Well, that's
Knowledge.
one dungeon that's possible to beat.
For
right
GT.
now.
And blue.
bow opens up some options.
Yeah. Don't know whether Eastern Palace holds a crystal or a pendant yet, but we do know that there's one pendant in play and some crystals. So.
The other question is where are the torches? I know many of these runners today can do dark rooms fairly easily, but the torches still a fairly nice item to have because you can tell what's in logic and what's not.
Yeah, it's a quality of life choice.
Yeah.
Especially,
so.
But pretty much it's now a point of do I need fire to get fire? Am I going to need the lamp to go down to Tower of Hair basement to get fire rod?
There's no fire rod found yet, so maybe the lantern is up soon, depending on Sonny's choice.
Well, it looks like he's about to do the back of escape here with those gloves that he has.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what's in the back here.
Fairly good choice, that. We got 3 chests, all having possibility of something nice.
And it's a fairly quick one into the Dark Cross.
If I know Sonny, and I think I do, I think he is looking for that lamp as soon as possible.
Yeah, Flippers.
There's a nice 500 rupees there. Yeah, there's one. There's a little bit of a spread between these teams. There was some unfortunates that occurred with a rather trolly Super Metroid seed on blue team's perspective.
Would you like to go further into that?
Nope.
Let's just say that it took a little bit longer than the others, and if you want to watch it more in depth, find it on the VODs later.
Yeah. And also, who was Poydrak? Poydrak also seemed to have a really good Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise run.
Red Meringue.
Oh, literacy.
There's some reading material.
That book. Oh.
Pedestal check and play.
Well, most importantly, right now he has access to desert for that green pendant.
And fun fact, if you look inside that book, you'll see my signature. I like books that come into play early like that. But it's only my first name that's part of my signature.
Which part's your first name? Mega? Kid?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
Nicholas?
just Mega.
Just Mega, okay.
Kid is just a nickname of sorts, if you will.
Alright, so Sonny's making his way into Eastern here. He can full clear this. He's just gonna have to do some dark rooms.
I think he's more than well prepared to do that if he needs to.
Alright, Sonny's a bad. He knows exactly what he's doing.
4 hearts, level 2 sword. Boomerang, yeah, decent preparedness.
Most importantly, he's got that bow to finish the dungeon.
Yeah, and there's also Desert Palace that's open next. With that
So,
book.
I'm going to assume with the settings that the bosses aren't randomized, so this will be the Armless Knights.
This will be honest.
Yeah, no bosses randomized here.
So that's 2 sets of bombs in this
Wanted to
found already, so not a whole lot else available, is there?
no big key and one other chest.
Yeah,
Wait, no,
I,
there's more than one chest. Though.
I imagine a vanilla big key in this dungeon right now.
Oh yeah, keys aren't randomized at all.
Yeah, so small keys and big keys are going to be other dungeons. It's just compasses and maps that are randomized, like that map for Thieves Town.
Yeah. That can't be read yet, unless you wanted to do crazy darkroom Aghanim strats.
I'll pass.
Sonny's going to pass too.
Same. I'm just, some people can be doing the daft plays like that.
So right now, our big key's in vanilla spot, and whatever's in the big chest and whatever's on Armos will be currently out of logic. I think our progress right now, or at least our sphere progress, is probably down in the front of Escape, or is in Desert.
What checks does Velociraptor have left? Someone in chat's asking about that. Oh, right.
Since I came in fairly late, I wasn't. I can't exactly say, but he does need to do the pan. He does need to do the tower, and he does need to do a twin hop. Those are the 3 necessary ones. So any of those, if he hasn't done, so he's missing the tower right now, as Beowulf is saying.
I know that Kedril has most of the underground to check. Good music time.
Oh, look at that strat. I wonder where Sonny got that strat from.
Is it? I'm guessing you. Maybe. Just my first thought.
Nope.
You got the small key, so that's enough for me.
Mm-hmm. Just hug the wall, go up to the boss, and victory will be in your hands.
The only hard part about that room is finding the small key, which is in the Igor on the right. So, gotta use So what I do is I use the arrows to locate the Igor, because he's invincible when his eye is closed. So that I know where that arrow is. Move up to him, so his eye opens. I see the arrow move. I shoot him again. Pick up the key. I'm out.
I'm a baker.
Also, Rex is very happy that people check that both you, Baldric, and Velociraptor checked to see what the job was.
Yeah, well, he better be happy because it was his suggestion in the first place that got implemented into the game. So, yeah.
I love the flavor text like that.
It's definitely, if you wanted to just go round and talk to everyone in a Final Fantasy 4 Free Enterprise Seed, do so. There's a whole lot of funny little things that have been laid in that randomizer now.
Like, for instance, putting runners' names onto the characters in your party.
Well, that just seemed appropriate.
Yeah, because I noticed you had Sonny in your party and let him die.
Wow. Wow. The shade.
Yes, but he came back to save the day with that at very low health berserk in the Zeromus fight. Oh yeah. Purim may have her weaknesses, but she is exceptionally good when the need arises.
I do like.
And a mirror. That's also out of logic still.
Yeah, it certainly is.
It's out of logic, but I don't think he's going to care.
Oh no, he's not going to care. But technically, that's still out of logic.
Three penance in the light world.
How did you find this seed? I've never seen that in any things I've been doing, and any linked past randomizer bits that I've been doing ever.
It's in the code somewhere.
It was red then.
It's certainly a legacy feature that's in the code somewhere. That still could happen. Just there's a lot less chance of it happening.
It looks like Sonny is going to head to Desert next for that green pendant.
But because of that 3-pendant Ganon's Tower feature, it's certainly a blend of modern and retro, which is what I like about this seed. What I was particularly looking for with the seed was trying to find that perfect blend, and I think I found a decent seed that represented the evolution of Link to the Past randomizer quite well.
I do think that this is pretty much a gamble in a sense, because right now we're looking to see if the lamp is not on the torch or any progressions on the torch.
I mean, there's a heart right there. Health is certainly welcome early on.
Yeah, but without boots, without the lamp, to complete this dungeon, we're probably looking at the front of the escape here.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Ellie's. Yeah. That certainly was a location that was open to check early on. Now, whether what was the other runners? Let me look up the person's names. Now, whether Unknown or Nika will do that, I don't know. There's a few options of plays right now.
There's the small key, so that's actually a good sign there.
I guess. I gotta take care of a chore real quick. I'll be right back in a minute.
Yep.
So go to the right side. There's item number 1 with a pack of blueberries.
Been a lot of early bombs.
There's our big key.
That means the other item is either on that torch or on the boss itself.
Well, we also have the big chest too, so hoping to see a map emerald.
Yeah.
Well, hoping to see a useless item on the torch here. Let's just say that. Piece of art, not coming back for that.
Yeah, he's just gonna go with the.
Because we have to realize, even though we have to remember that all the compasses and maps, with the exception of that one, are not in their dungeons.
Yeah.
So We'll probably look at the front of Escape for our lamp, most likely. But we can go up the mountain out of logic. And I think Sony is forgetting that he doesn't have the lamp to do this. He's probably going to pick up this big heart and hopefully save and quit. That's what I'm hoping right now. Oh, psych heart. And no, he's not. Well, Sony, you're about to have a bad day now.
Yeah, because you can't get into the boss room without
a fire source, without the lamp or the fire rod to light those torches. You're not getting in there.
He may just be opening the way.
Which still doesn't matter because you got to open this room up again. So
yeah.
He's going to be in for a rude moment here. Dope. There we go.
Yep.
Alright, let's see if he goes up the mountain because his progression's going to be... I think he realizes now his progression's going to be down in the dungeon.
Yeah, there's pretty much no other real places he can go at this point.
I mean, logically, yes. Down in the dungeon, that's where we need to go. We could go up the mountain, but we're not going to find the lamp up there.
Yeah. No flute either. Oh well.
Yeah, and if that pedestal is required, he's going to want that torch anyway, so this seems the best play to make right now.
Mm-hmm. Particularly because that lamp has been very elusive for Sony.
I'm not sure if elusive is the right word. He's just been ignoring it.
Yeah.
Well, there's 10 sticks.
Okay. It's a nice bundle.
So there's two chests. This one in the big key chest. Sorry, the one guarded by the guard and the big key chest. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was still going to be there.
And there's still checking King Zora.
Tower of Hera, so
And no moon pearl yet. Wherever could it be?
knowing you,
how ominous.
knowing you, it's either immediately after Agger on that ledge, or possibly on that pedestal.
Let's let the viewers.
I'm just taking a stab in the dark here.
I'm not
So
gonna
there's
say.
no lamp down here.
I'm not gonna say until Shawnee finds it.
Now there's no lamp down in the dungeon, so
You know?
it might be.
It can't be in. It can't be in Dark Cross because that would be.
No, it's not going to be a Dark Cross. It's on Zora.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because flippers and
Well,
money.
we have the flippers. We also have the glove to lift that rock, even if we did have the flippers.
It could be in the fairy
Zora's
chest as well, though.
Yeah, there's 4 chests over by Zora.
Yeah.
Well, it's gotta be one of them.
So that's probably what Sonia's going to do next year, because he's definitely looking for that lamp. That's driving him nuts right now.
Yep. This is the type of psychological torment and that I like looking for in an entertaining seed.
Also,
but I'm also not a total jerk about it. I do like people to have a good time with some of the items, so there will be.
and not to ignore our other 2 runners still running. Velociraptor is on his Zero Miss fight right now.
Some slime creature from, I'm guessing, one of the Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior games.
I don't believe it is.
There's our lamp. Hobo had it. That's how he made that fire.
The hobo had the lamp. Ah. There's so many games out there to play.
Also, I must admit I've lost complete track of where Kendall is. So
he is currently going into Baron Castle.
I meant his progress in general.
Oh right, he's coming. I believe he's looking for the Darkness Crystal right now. I think he's got the
which would be
Legend Sword and the Adamant. Yes, that's at the Twin Harp. Well, beating D-Myth at the Twin Harp.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got a bundle of sticks and a piece of heart in Zora's in the Waterfall Fairy, I'm sorry. And we're gonna go up and check King Ripoff.
Yeah.
Might as well do these checks while he's here.
Did Sony get the heart container in the Desert Palace?
He did.
He did get it on Zora Ledge, yes.
Okay. But did he get the one in around Desert Palace? I know that
it was the Saint Harp.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the heart piece on the torch? No.
Not taking my kind gifts, huh?
And looks like we got a burrito from King Ripoff for Ice Palace.
Well, we're pretty much. We already know all the palaces in the Dark World are going to be crystal dungeons, so that's not really helpful now.
It might be if we need to know what our 5-6 are.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Big Bomb might come into play.
Might. Huh. Seems like Kendrill's not using Sid as an anchor right now. More so to deal DPS against Valve. The effect of using anchor on some of these earlier bosses is I'm not too certain.
Alright, so Sonny's gonna go back to Desert and take on Lamo.
No boots though. Oh, wait. You got a license, right.
I feel he won't matter about that heart piece. I think he's just going to put it as a dead item for himself.
Yeah. Oh well.
He already suspects about this seed.
Yeah.
There's rocks on Velociraptor's side.
Crack boom.
Do 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 do.
He is done now, yes.
Yep, it looks like it. There's been...
As soon as the flash happens on the Zeromus fight to end it, that is when time is done.
That's...
All over but Zeromus sinking into the ground.
Let me just double check to make sure people... Yep, okay. We got 2 of the runners now ready for Link to the Past. And then after that, 1 more player to enter Link to the Past, and pretty good times. And it'll be the final countdown. All right, let me change the chat. Final
Looks like Kedrill's on his way to that Mist Dragon. So should be finishing up fairly soon after that.
Fun fact about the damage of Mist Dragon's breath. It's based, at least in vanilla, it's based on Rydia's HP.
Yes, that's still the case.
Yep. That was one of those details that I just didn't know for the longest time. Till, one of the first people I followed online was HC Bailey. I was in his chat room and he pointed that out. That's a pretty interesting fact.
Yeah, the only sort of downside with it is that, well, Rydia doesn't have a whole lot of HP.
Yeah. Just gotta get lucky with the seed that it gives you a bunch of those golden apples. Oh well.
Meanwhile, Sonny is taking on his Lambo too, and unknown availability is stepping in for the red team in the top left. Will be starting his siege soon. And $50 getting green pendant from the Desert Palace.
Now, does he go over and check that quick, or does he head up the mountain?
Please tell me Kedrill's audio is playing right now.
Nope.
It is time to play. If you didn't catch it earlier, it's time to play. Guess that tune.
And we got Ether from Saha.
What's that now? The first? Second one? First, yeah. Looks like.
Looks like UA is going to grab some monies to start off with.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad play. And if you guessed that it was Hurry Faster from Final Fantasy VII, you were correct.
Alright, so it does look like Sonny is going to go up the mountain next year.
Naturally. What else is there to do?
I mean, he could kill Aga. He has the means to do it.
Yeah? I'll just offer a shovel. But, I mean, there is a dungeon open.
Yeah, there's also the possibility of that Moon Pearl being straight after Aga, but I don't think he's going to risk that right now.
Well, there's a few options. There's the myths. There's the pearl on Pyramid Ledge.
I'm not a monster.
And there's also the possibility.
I'm not a total monster.
You say you're not a total monster, but there's still no Moon Pearl to actually do too much there.
Also, Sonny can check the Ether tablet up here with that book and that Master Sword he has.
Yep. See, I mean, there's options. I just like to do I just like to have my own unique brand of trolling. That's all.
Also, should be noted that UA has started in the Sanctuary, so he has not gone to Uncle's Hallway to get his first sword yet.
Mm-hmm.
But he will be picking up his bow here.
Yep. And it's a little bit of a ways to get the next sword.
Oh, the Compass of Eastern Palace. He really needed that.
No boots check. Oh, yeah, and unknown falling for the compass map trap, just like Shawnee did. Because if you didn't catch it earlier, the maps and compasses are shuffled in with the rest of the items. None of the keys, though. The keys are still within their respective dungeons.
Oops. I don't have any skewers to kill these crabs.
You might need some.
Well,
These crabs are the worst. Pretty much one touch was gonna kill them.
that did work in a previous Zelda game, those rupees, but not this Zelda game.
Well, there's his
There's
arrows
your-
that he just needed.
Nice. Ow.
And Kenjo got the lunar whale. I don't know what's next for him.
Looks like
I
he's
think-
heading up to the giant to do a bit of grind before heading to Zeromus.
So
Yeah,
he
it does
pretty
sound
much
pretty good.
flew through this seed too.
It is a pretty good place for grinding. You got a whole bunch of DMX and a whole bunch of, and a multiplier of experience that could be in play.
And Sonic gets to take a coffee break now.
Or, you know, a Sprite break, as the case may be.
No, I don't think I'll say Sprite flavored coffee.
Ew.
Yeah, please don't.
Okay, Sprite flavored coffee.
Okay, since we're naming weird drinks, how about Freedom, what was it? Freedom 7-Up. Or not 7-Up, what's the one I'm thinking of? Mountain Dew.
That was actually tasty.
Yeah,
The
I
red
got
oak.
one in the fridge, I gotta try it, but it certainly is a unique name.
Red, white, and dew.
There's your big key.
Couldn't have been
Wow.
anything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
As soon as you see that small key early, you have to expect that the big key's in there.
It's pretty much a big, good chance that your big key is going to be down there.
Yeah. Alright. So, Final Fantasy IV has this thing with RNG where, based on whatever frame you select the file, it changes what encounter seed you're on. And those encounter seeds, they determine what monsters you encounter and on what step you encounter. What was the... I can't think of the runner for Final Fan. I think it was Axodin who came up with all those tables that people
Yes.
can reference to find out what encounter is.
Yeah, he's also got a chart available, which is on the. If you want to check out the Discord on our guides and resources, it's all there. You can check out what step you're going to get your first encounter on, and check against it, and find out when you're actually going to get the D machine encounter itself.
And
It's
then
all
after-
there.
And then I don't know what Square was thinking, but the wind elemental attack, Tornado, by Fusoya, called Weak in this game, gets the D machine down to single digits. Just have any character tap that dragon, toss a life on it, and you get double experience of it. There is also the task strat where it's possible to toss 2 lives on it before it's unloaded.
That's not actually a test strat. It's all you can do it fairly confidently if you've got if you buffer the turns correctly. Sometimes you don't even need to buffer to get it. So it's not a test strat, but it's not easy.
Yeah, and Moldorm is down by Sonny, and that makes 3 penance. Time to go check that pedestal, and also unknown availability just around that first sword.
The one thing I will say about now Kedrill's setup is Fu, although he's got a fairly good magic stat, his wisdom stat is usually good enough to have the weak's hit. It still has the chance that it will miss. You can alleviate that by putting him in the center spot. The spot that he's in at this moment in time on Kedrill's side actually isn't helpful to that. The center spot gives you better accuracy, better attack stats, generally, and that does include magic attacks for for the accuracy at least.
Gotta go find that moon pearl, Shawnee. Gotta find that moon pearl. I knew someone was gonna do that, but I just didn't know.
Okay, so good news. Good news. Sony does not have to worry about the library ledge. It was $20.
So not punished for actually not checking it.
That's one of the checks, but saving quitting, that is a punishment in and of itself. With warping back.
You are checking in for the money on the race game, not going for it, not taking the time out.
Well, he has plenty of money as it is. After doing a Houlihan and getting 300 up in CAC. All right. Do you think Sony's going to check the ped?
Well, he's right there. He's got to.
He has 3 pendants.
I mean, he had the book, so it's sort of...
That's what it is. I can't wait.
Yeah, just blind it. This is either progression or I'm going to Aga.
Just blind it. Just blind it.
Yeah.
Yes,
there's the moon pearl.
Alright, well done.
Yep.
Sony will now be littering his garden with Mega Kid Icarus's remains, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, there's the entire left side to check for things on Dark World. It was extremely rare to find a seed. It was extremely rare to find a seed like this. I was originally just planning on having a pedestal seed because, everyone wants a pedestal check. But to have this as the first pedestal seed that I drew among many seeds, I think it just adds to the entertainment. I think it was just purely entertaining that the pedestal just happened to be the moon pearl. So
is this how far you got and you don't know what's from the rest of the seed?
Oh, I played through most of it. That's what I like to call the retro phase of Link to the Past Randomizer. How a lot of the older versions of Link to the Past Randomizer would have all the pedestals as Light World exclusives, and then pretty much when those were gotten, the Dark World had access. This is what I like to call the modern version of it. Now that Shawnee's in the Dark World, it's time to see a lot of what the newer logic can do. In particular,
there was that bottle. So, and he's got that mirror, so it's just a little hop across to the light side to check that.
Yep. And is desired with this of having the possibility of checking Ganon's tower.
Yeah. So our runners need 3 crystals just to enter GT. So we actually know that from the get-go. What's in there? We don't know. Whether progression's in there or not is up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the next? Oh yeah. And also Shawnee only... Let's see, as far as progressive items go, that also was a hint towards the more sort of modern take on A Link to the Past Randomizer, where some of these items are progressive, where they level up in a certain way. I wanted to have a little bit of a nod to some of the modern amenities, shall I say, as far as Link the Past Randomizer goes, and just finding the first 2 swords early on like that definitely fit the bill.
Well, right now UA's not doing you any favors by going to Uncle's hallway. I wish I was keeping track of digs. But it's to quote Phantom Ryu, that's gonna be K.
Now, there's just 2 more rods to find for Turtle Rock.
The other thing that's on my mind at this moment is still that shovel which is on the ledge.
Yeah.
There's
Right,
still a
well,
very good chance it's going to be needed for something.
maybe not. But there's another problem. There's another problem. We don't have any boots.
Oh yeah. Hello.
All right, gonna drop off the breadsmith here. See what they are making for us today.
What's the?
And looks like they're compass makers.
Yeah. What dungeon though? Misery. There's also this chest.
Yep, we're pretty much doing Dark World Tour at this point. He's going to be doing Stumpy, K45, the Cave, Questionable Value, dropping off the lunchbox, and probably checking the Bombos tablets on one go.
Yes, there was something really, really at pedestal. Mm-hmm. Only probably one of the most rarest of seeds. Now, I want to ask chat, how many of you is this your first time seeing Moon Pearl on pedestal? How many of you have seen this before?
Nothing on Stumpy, nothing in Cave 45. Time to check the Cave of Questionable Value. Or I guess he's going to come there after dropping off the lunchbox.
Probably after. The lunchbox is a little bit quicker to get to, and that way you don't have to drag it around afterwards.
Yeah, and some caves just don't let you in if you have something like that following you. And it's bug net.
With that book and that mirror, we're going to check Bombos here. And it's a pack of blueberries.
Yeah, I mean they're delicious and nutritious. Just don't eat too many of them.
And real quick. Oh wait, I thought it was Crack Boom over there.
Nah, that was just Big Bang number 1, I think it was.
All I know is I saw flashing lights. Like, oh, we done?
Yeah, flashing lights, procuring, trying to deal a whole bunch of DPS. And maybe anchoring with a character and yeeting a bunch of those lances at people.
UA is looking for that key in the dark room.
Someone's no,
it's picked up Palom for the agility anchoring.
0 out of 10 hype cave.
Do.
found a map and a big heart. Thieves Towners are 5.
So let's see. That leaves Thieves Town as a dungeon to beat.
Well, technically, they're all dungeons to
Possibly.
beat. You did.
Right
You
now,
did.
I mean, possible to beat right now.
Kettle's got another big bang happening. UA is just about to head into Armor's Knights, and Sony's figuring out what the heck he's got to do next.
Well, I imagine he's going to be heading into Thieves Town here.
Some dungeon. Yeah.
No. Not even climbed.
No, because that lantern was being a little bit elusive.
Yes,
Just a little bit.
we ended up finding it on Hobo.
Yeah,
But
just a little bit.
UA's got its mirror now.
Yeah, Kettle has defeated Zeromus, so all 3 teams have now completed 4 games, just linked to the paths remaining on each side.
Oh yeah, sometimes I. Gotta do another.
Alright, so far nothing of note here in Thieves Town, it looks like.
Not yet.
Yeah. This place is notorious for needing that hammer, and that hammer can be a little... It can be pretty much anywhere, really.
Oh, there's another sword there.
And there's our big key.
But no hammer. No small key for that either. I mean, you know, a chest like that could contain a small key. It's within the rules of the logic specified.
Alright, so real quick, we're on our last leg here, folks. And it's been a long night for us, as Nika is going to be starting here for the blue team.
Blue team, please come back.
Do you have any words of encouragement for them?
Do you actually? Do you have any words that aren't curse words to Nika right now? For earlier.
You have good taste in graphics. You have a good taste in graphic right there. Of all the three sprite sets chosen, Marissa is by far my favorite. There, I thought of something nice to say.
But what about now the Pepsi can that's now on display on Sony Ruff's side?
I'm more of a Coke kind of guy.
Well, you might get your wish if he finds red mail. Also, if you guys who've been here from the beginning haven't yet, give a follow to every runner that has run or is running right now. Xander, Mocktroy, Dark Shadows, Velociraptor, UA, Shady Voice, Soft Space. You can skip me. Poydrak, Sonny, Carrick, Mega Kid Icarus, LV Creed, Kendril, Nika. Give all these people the follows and the loves. And also give Snow Bear some love for sticking out to do the stream for us for this relay.
Yeah, he's been working around the time, the clock for the time here, making sure everything's good. So definitely, thank you, Snowbear, for restreaming this today.
I mean, hey, at least right. One thing to think about is, hey, at least we're gonna cut the 8-hour mark. Yeah. It was an overly generous estimate.
Yeah, imagine if we said 5 hours and we ended up going to 7.
SNES. Woot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, don't remind me of a thing that happened in the past where 5 hours was said and it ended up taking 7. I didn't say we had everything perfect yet. There's still a few things to perfect for the 4th. Whenever we do a 4th relay of SNES games, randomized.
Sony's second attempt at blind here.
Well, there's a question for you about your runs on Monday. Aren't they back to back? Oh.
I sure am. It's going to be like 4.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine, because I'm restraining myself, so you don't have to do anything, Snowbear.
Nice. Was that Nika's first dungeon right there, the escape?
Yep.
Restored.
Yay, someone did that first.
So Thieves Town's in the bag, apart from the big chest for Sony. UA's trying to figure out where the heck the Moon Pearl is, and Nika is getting off to a flying start with clearing out the first dungeon. Well, the castle.
Yep.
I'm just gonna find out about that shovel there.
Yeah.
Gonna look at graveyard ledge here.
Yep.
$20 from the dead.
Picking it up out of spite.
Yeah.
You gotta pay the river ferry.
Gotta get some of that blue potion in your body once in a while. It tastes like blue raspberry. My favorite flavor of Jolly Rancher.
Heading over to Catfish next.
Yep, getting the majority of this north checks out of the way. Won't be able to check King's Tomb because the lack of boots.
Yep. Where could those boots be?
Well, I don't know if he'll save and quit. He might come down after doing Catfish, check Pyramid, and then go into Pod here.
Fun fact about the order of seeds vetted. This was, I think, the second of the 5 different seeds that was vetted. Decided that to make Min X. No, this was the first one.
Oh,
It's been sitting ready for distribution for what, a month now? 2 months.
We started the Discord a month and a half ago, so about that time frame.
Yeah, should have written that date down. Oh well.
Yeah, not to let what's the word I'm looking for?
Feeling nostalgic?
Yeah, pretty much it was more like you and Nika were just getting it started, and then I raised my hands like, "Hey, I'm interested in this," and then that's when we started. Ooh, silvers.
Yep. This is something that certainly hits home for. Here's a modern version thing, the progressive bow. That was something that I wanted to actually show off when making this seed. And I also, let me just do control find, link to...
Real quick, UA checked the pad to see what's there, and so we got some rage slashes going on, so now he knows what he has to do.
No, you're not. Otherwise, you wouldn't have escaped from this. And we love you for it.
Yeah. Now, whether any of now, it's up to Riker Rider later in this week to maybe get a seed that is Serverless Ganon. Or perhaps unknown availability doesn't check. Pyramid. Oh, I certainly want Nika to do that. Gotta root for the home team once in a while.
But we know there's nothing in the well in these bomb spots that they are checking. Alright. Key in the front door. Gonna go right side next. So we're looking for our next bit of progression here, which either needs to be the hammer or the hook.
Hammer
Or the flute.
I'm trying to think of what location.
Well,
maybe
you rolled the
boots.
seed. You rolled the seed. Don't you have the smooth luck?
Oh yeah. I do. I just want to have a little bit of surprise due to forgetfulness coming up.
Well, if you evil laugh, we'll have an idea.
Yeah.
You know, it could be that Fire Rod and Ice Palace be the progression.
Well, so what? Let me tell you one of my favorite spots for the fire rod to be if it's an ice palace, right on Cold Stair. So we're gonna need bombos.
Yeah. It certainly is ironic to find it there.
Looks like we're gonna end up going to the back here to find the rest of our keys, as there's nothing on the right side.
Yeah, but this dungeon can't be completed without that hammer, so this is sort of a dead end at this point.
Well,
I don't think it's so much a dead end. It's just that our progression has to be in here somewhere.
I do seem to remember someone, I think it was Wizard ZC, adding a Book of Madura that can flip the switches. I mean, that's obviously not there, but it is another way through this dungeon. If someone would add this to randomizer. If that would be featured on randomizer. I'm just putting that out there, that it would be a nice nod in addition.
Alright, so
many.
Pod is living up to its reputation of being Mullet Mansion, as all the business was in the front, so the party's in the back here. Hey, validation arrow.
Yay.
And there's our last key.
Oh, yes, first.
$20. There's our hammer, French vanilla.
Yeah. I mean, there's still what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 items for go mode. The 2 rods, the hook shot. Boots, maybe?
Potentially boots.
Potentially.
Well, we also may be looking for medallions here too.
Oh yeah, that too.
We only have ether, which we got off Saha, and we don't even know what medallions are required to get into Turtle Rock or Mire.
Got 3, right.
But the upside is, Sonny with that hammer is going to be able to complete this dungeon.
Yeah, that's 2 dungeons now.
Yeah, and he'll be able to, if he wants, he can go back and check that big chest in Thieves Town. If he doesn't find anything else that goes ahead here.
Just because our good friend Mega Kid Icarus rolled a C, I kind of want there to be something there.
We'll have to wait and see. Wow, the neighbors really love the fireworks right now.
Your place too, huh?
Uh-huh.
Alright, so Yue is climbing the mountain as Nika is going to be getting their lamp here from Hobo in a moment.
That is certainly a segment. That is certainly something Nika is known for, doing that fake flippers.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I've been poorly tracking her. So she could have the actual flippers. I just have not paid attention.
Yeah. El Wampa. I'm shocked.
Yep, it's fake flippering.
I tell you, when you watch a runner enough, stuff like that certain people do, start picking up on that. Well, we've got 3 pennants already. This isn't a Wizrobe seed. I know thing. I wonder if anyone's
Powder.
the magical touch. Oh yeah, the magical touch.
No, just to recap real quick, all our pendants are in the light world,
Yep.
which was required to get the moon pearl.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we're still not sure how Mega Kid Icarus has found this seed, but
I
So sorry.
data mined through a whole bunch of seeds till I found one with till I found a few pennant dungeons. Then I weighed which one was the most interesting, Interesting.
As
And this one.
as someone who's from the Plando community, I'm just gonna say you Plandoed it.
Nope. No Plando.
Nika's finishing off of Escape as well now.
All right, we are getting that mad batter check from Sonny here.
And that mad beverage. Right.
And just $50.
Oh. Oh, right.
I actually missed out on what pendant was we got from Helmut Thor. Or Crystal, I should say. I'll figure it out when I see his menu.
Uh-huh. Just trying to remember how...
So Sonny is going to be using the hammer to check the right side of Death Mountain here.
I won't.
Definitely seems like a good play. There's a whole lot of chests over there. There's both light and dark side available to him through that.
He also has access to see what's required for T-Rock here, so he might open up the top portion just to see what's required. But first, we get Spiral Cave.
I thought there was a way to put... I thought there was a way on Link to the Past to put in a seed to generate a ROM.
Spiral Cave. Sonny's walking, Spiral Cave. What's it got? Probably trash. Gotta walk it anyway. So look out. Here's the Spiral Cave.
Got the hammer. It's time to check this side. There's the, 7?
Just some bombs.
Like I said, probably trash.
Alright. Bomb progression is not a thing anymore.
Alright, go check Paradox here. Meanwhile, UA is taking on Trolldorm now for his... I believe this is actually going to end up being his third. So I think he did take down Lomo.
Maybe?
He's not having a whole lot of fun with it, though. I think that's the second time he's been knocked off.
Maybe. I've been having the primary attention be on Shiny right now. Because, I mean, there's 5 chests here? One of them might have something good. Like Blue Cane.
I guess that is a Spike Cave check, possible.
Yeah. It is a possible check. I do like the nice touches on this tracker right here. The way that more items are compressed into smaller of a space by having the two staves intertwined.
No need to go to the island today, just a heart piece.
Alright, so we're going to look at the top of T-Rock, see what's required here. And Bombos is required to get inside T-Rock.
You're welcome.
So the next question is, where is Bombos?
Somewhere.
spoiler bombs were.
There is our fish price shield, and it's a piece of heart.
And a shield.
He's probably just about to check Spike Cave here. Because we can't check hook shot, no boots, no hook.
No boots either.
Yeah, and only 2 crystals, so no Ganon's Tower availability.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, it used to be the only way of early Ganon Tower access was to roll an entrance miser seed, if I remember. And oh boy, there was one seed where there was quite an early Ganon's Tower that me and Nika were doing a co-op with each other.
So, who wants to dive swamp?
Me.
Depends, how's the water down there?
I think Sonny is about to do that too, as he just pulled out the hammer.
I'd say Swamp Palace is pretty dank.
Also, take a quick note that we haven't gone into Skullwoods at all. We definitely could check this front portion, but we haven't gone into Skullwoods at all. Period.
Those certainly do need to find some other items for finishing up dungeons. At least one of them.
I think the one on Swanee's mind at the moment is definitely that hook shot.
Yeah. Or bits.
Boots are nice, but
Yeah.
the hook shot allows for much more checks at the moment, I think.
And Nika dies on Armless Knights. That's rough. There's our first small key. And our only small key needed for this dungeon.
And coming up might be the first item check. Or it could be a biggie. I forget.
As the herald of the Church's Left Side Swamp, you must believe in the power of Left Side Swamp.
It's just feeling rather capitalist tonight.
There's a couple of digs there for UA as he does the game. So just for reference sake, it was 22 digs for that Cane of Barda, or a Cane of Samaria.
It's a good time, I guess.
And nothing on the right side, swamp. Let's go to the left side of swamp
To the
and get to the left now.
do 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 do.
Well, there's no guarantee the big key's over here. It still might be in the back.
Alright, and Mika getting their mirror from Armor Snipes.
it down. 3 more to go. And I mean, hey, as far as description, using certain descriptions of the Swamp Palace, calling it dank is Nave approved.
Well, why don't we just change the last 2 letters and call it damp?
Okay. I just hope Grezzo agrees as well.
Well, personally, I don't care
There's
if
the
he
boots.
agrees or not.
There's your boots.
What are those?
There are things
What are
that make you
those?
run in this game.
Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this original idea of the shovel. Because there's a shovel sitting at Lumberjack waiting for our runners for a possible progression.
Yes, there's where
So-
the boots. I thought you would never find those. I thought you would never find those boots, Shawnee.
Well, considering the progress for the seed,
Yeah.
alright. Hopefully he thinks King's Tomb right now, because he's gonna go left. Yep, going King's Tomb. King's Tomb, Bunks Wax, and then we'll see what's from there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's entertaining. Are you not entertained? To quote,
Just a compass there.
to borrow a phrase.
Barker Shinobi, this dumpster fire of a seed is brought to you by Mega King Icarus. He will be taking requests whenever you feel you're lucky enough for him to actually listen to you.
Hey, I went through a whole bunch of different seeds, and if you could see in my hands, I got the motion of going through a whole bunch of dollar bills with the sign language thing going on, and it's looking, and you're seeing the motion of sorting through a bunch of them until and I just sorted through a whole bunch of seeds until I found a good, entertaining seed like this one right here.
Alright, so Sonny is about to check that library ledge that he
Yeah.
ignored earlier, just to see the $20 he missed.
I like to entertain.
And he'll likely walk straight back out.
Oh, nope, he's not going there. So this may be a Skull Woods play. And there's the Thieves Town Big Chest, because we didn't have a hammer.
Still missing a key for that though.
Oh, wait. He didn't get the key? He didn't have a key, and then it's locked in the chest. Instead.
Unknown screen, or did I look at the wrong screen?
I'm thinking for the Thieves Town Big Chest right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
If the key's locked in the chest, he already knows about that, so he won't be back there.
And the 4th sword right there.
Wow.
You're welcome. See, I'm not a total jerk.
But you could be.
So pretty much got everything we need
But
to
you
defeat
know-
Ganon now, but not enough things to actually finish up the dungeons.
Yep, pretty much.
So
Alright.
So things we know we definitely need. Bombos for Turtle Rock. We definitely need the hook shot. We definitely need the fire rod and the ice rod
Yep. And flute.
and the flute.
Yep.
Everything else.
Well, there's your fire rod.
There's the flute.
Wow, what?
That's a.
That's
That's a skull wood.
Did you wish for this, Podrick? You clearly said the words and it happened.
No, I didn't wish for it, but someone certainly did.
So right now we are looking for an ice rod and a hook shot, and Sonny will be in go mode.
Oh, don't forget Bombos for go mode.
Right. You are correct.
Oh yeah, and also.
Yeah,
Sonny
Quake
has
still
that-
might be needed because we don't know what's needed to open the Misery Mire yet.
And also, Sonny got that first shield a while back. Probably.
Sawney's. As soon as he received that fire rod, he went, right, I'm
Yep,
full clearing this.
it's a dominant play, that's for certain.
You're here. You have the means to finish the dungeon. You should.
Gotta have some predictable plays. I like being able to predict some stuff. It's a nice hint of analytics plus psychology.
A nice full magic drop from the Gipto.
And that makes my personal touch. So I have to ask.
Take on what?
What dungeon was everyone's least favorite growing up, as far as Link to the Past goes? And favorite, while you're at it.
I'll be honest, I didn't play this game until only recently, so. But my least favourite is Ice Palace.
Also ditto on that.
And your favorite?
I'll probably have to say Swamp is because it's a little bit more random.
Yeah.
You could go plenty different ways and not have the right one, and it rewards you for guessing correctly.
And I'd probably have to say that, as far as favorite goes, Swamp House is easily the favorite. I just really like. I like the feel of water dungeons, but some of the water dungeons don't feel as fun to play through. Water Temple. But as far as least favorite goes, it depends on the day. Sometimes it's Skull Woods. If I get grabbed by the Wall Masters a lot, or Ice Palace if I have to do it with less equipment.
All rise for the national anthem.
That means you two viewers stand up out of your chairs and start stretching for the national anthem.
Or kneel.
Do what thou wilt. Okay, time to and you can sit back down now.
Alright, so we're going to see if we can clear this Misery Mire.
Yep.
Definitely got all the tools. Might as well.
Well, we might We do now. That was Ether.
Yes.
So Meyer is going to be clearable. Sony does have 3 crystals. So it's a matter of finding Bombos. Quake is not required in the sea.
And another bottle.
So we need Bombos, Ice Rod, Hookshot for Gumbo.
Have some health, Johnny. Sonny.
I feel that was more spiteful pickup by him there. It's not like he needs it.
Pepsi for health. Alright, so down into Misery Mire he goes. UA is checking the back of Graveyard Ledge. Gonna see that $20.
And walk right out.
And walk to the catfish, maybe?
Yeah, because right now this is where progression's taking him. It's too hard for that hammer. He just has to make sure he doesn't save it, but at the catfish.
Yeah. It is a habit that people do get into. Sometimes. Moldorm putting in the overtime today to give our runners a hard time. All 3 of them.
Oh, that's an early big key.
Oh yeah, big key. And with that, aside from maybe Riker Rider later on in this marathon, is the last of Moldorm. At least for this relay. Like I said, maybe Riker Rider does it when SM Cross Link of the Past is played. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. 3rd bottle. Or 4th, I've lost count.
It doesn't matter after the first one, really, sometimes.
Okay.
If it's Sawney's, it's the 3rd one.
Okay.
UA grabbing their symbols that they are very happy to see.
I like to sprinkle a few kind hints like that once in a while.
Oh, and look on the right side.
Well,
We are getting that Aga climb.
mhm. I was kind of hoping that one of the other runners would do it, but oh well.
Consider it revenge.
Mhm.
Unless that shovel is required.
See, and mean, hey, at least
Hook!
what?
Oh, hookshot in the big chest in Misery Mire. That's a
Yeah.
place for it.
Alright, so Shawnee is now 2 items from Go Mode. Swamp's now a clearable dungeon.
And Ganon's Tower is clearable as well, I think.
Yep.
But Turtle Rock is not. So it leaves like, what, 4 dungeons to
Well, 2 items you need are needed for Turtle Rock.
this.
So at this point you might as well just say the ice rides on Laser Bridge. Because the answer is always Laser Bridge until it suddenly isn't.
Let's see, how many Chester and Turtle Rock total? I know that there's 4 in Laser Bridge. I think there's like 26 in Ganon's Tower. Isn't there like 12 or 13 in Turtle Rock? I can't remember the exact number. I mean, hey, at least with Mika taking out Aghanim, she's gonna be blessed with the silver arrows.
Also, I lost count of how many blue balls that was. Oh well.
I think that's her first one.
Down goes Viddy for Sonic.
Silver arrow's not really a challenge.
The only ball is not named Ganon that requires 2 of them.
Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of a puzzle seed once in a while.
Sony's menuing so fast, it looked like it was. Yep. So Sony does have 5-6 now.
So Big Bomb's in play, Hookshot Cave's in play, Ganon's Tower has been in play for for a little bit now.
Yeah. If I was Shawnee, I'd probably go to a few dungeons and clear out those dungeons.
Ice Palace would probably be the next one.
He does have a Fire Rod, but he's definitely going to do Fat Fairy first.
Yeah.
And there's UA get his hammer out of
certainly one feature that I do have to that I'm not sure how much of the most recent version you played, but there's certainly a few seeds where yeah, I gotta experiment with this new Ganon's Tower early setting.
So sadly for our viewers, right now GT has become a factor in this seed.
There are certainly as well less than there's the hook shot.
But
Was
right
that
now,
the fair? I just saw that Shawnee got the hook shot. Was that the fairy?
No, the Hookshot was in the big chest in Misery Mire.
Ah, right.
There's a whole lot of love in the Fat Fairy Cave.
Hey, I mean, like I said, sometimes an interesting puzzle is more amusing than just pure physical gameplay and more of attrition. Because when I initially looked into the seed, I didn't want the combat to feel too difficult, but I more so wanted to have an interesting take on the puzzle aspect of finding items and how they all connect to find enough items for go mode.
So Sawney's actually going back to finish up Swamp Palace. Not a bad play. He's done most of it anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
And with
I think if I was in Sonny's position, I would hope that the big key locked itself in the big chest here.
yeah,
Otherwise, we got to think about probably coming back in for it.
because other than Ice Ride and Bombus, it's go mode.
Yep. And we also got to remember that we didn't have the hammer when we dipped Thieves Town earlier, so that's another check that can be in the back of your mind.
We're pretty certain that's a small key. So
Yeah.
For this seed right there, I would boot it up into the mode where there's spoiler logs and look through the different spoiler logs at locations I would find interesting. For example, the pedestal having a progression item on it. And also a few other locations that would link together and connect up, such as finding a second early sword, as well as I don't know if which tunic was it that Shawnee found? The one that was, what dungeon was it located in?
Thieves Town.
that was in.
Thieves Town, yeah, okay. As well as finding that.
Yeah, and that was in the attic chest, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. You still got most of the dungeons to be able to take care of with that second global tunic, but not having the tunic early on. That it's makes things too easy.
Yeah, I was actually worried about Nika's stream for a moment here because it froze up there.
Got a lot of internet connections sometimes.
And down goes the big squid.
Also, when looking into the city, I didn't want progress to be too fast that people got into go mode within 30 minutes tops.
I didn't see a big key there. So is it in the chest?
Yeah.
Yep. No, he did get it, so that's why he's going back in.
Ah, right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about someone else, Nika.
And UA is essentially following the path that Sonny took earlier and is heading up the mountain here. And we just had 10 sticks. All right, so off to Ice Palace we go as our next dungeon.
Yeah, I was lucky on finding a pedestal seed like this early on. Like, it took me less than 100 seed picks before I picked this. But, you know, certainly there was a few other contenders. One or two. Because, like I said, there's two main things, and right now, it's pretty obvious that pedestal was the first one, but there's a second one.
I'm looking at you, Shovel.
Yeah, that shovel question still hasn't been answered by Nika, has it?
No. Well, she has to get the boots first, which is left side swamp.
Yeah. Not too difficult to find.
Hey, there's a cape.
Yeah. I don't blame these risky plays on Nika at all. But how's the saying go? Karma has a way of working.
Now, the downside is she started the blind fight, but for those who care, she'll be off script here. So this could be a little crazy.
Got the B.
Yeah, fun fact if you do not know, the bee actually chews away the blind heads flying around the room.
And then there's this trick in Ice Palace where you can bomb jump at a diagonal to get across this pit and skip a roundabout.
Pause buffering though to dodge those pellets.
She's hoping not to die.
Yeah, I've done that before. Oh,
With blind fired lasers.
bro.
There's our big key. Alright, so I don't imagine you is about to take a look at Spike Cave here next with what he has on hand.
Yep. Not a bad check.
Nika's free blind. Excellent.
Yep, that's a tie for crystals with Unknown and Nika. Let me just
Wait, not.
oh, that is not updated.
Oh well.
Yeah, I too am frustrated when someone has a change of Twitch account. username. But
Trying to find our last two progression items is Shawnee. Looking for Ice Rod and Bombos. And that's gonna do it. It's just down to the big pink puffs down below.
for those who are interested in a little bit of history, there was this Wizathon thing that was hosted on another channel at one point where this person who goes by Wizrobe did a lot of different Plando seeds, and Math Girl was one of the commentators on several of those seeds. Finally got down to back to catching up with those VODs.
I'm trying to think where would be the most rude thing for progression that you would do right now, and I would think something has to be in Ganon's Tower.
Yes, there's two things. It's DT and the shovel and lumberjack.
Just to type that. I believe you're right, Math Girl. I believe those seeds. The finale and Ether Needs Love. Hookshot was.
Hookshot was Big Chest Mire.
Thank you. It's been a long day.
It's been long. 6.5 hours so far.
Which is still somehow below estimate.
Well, because we've been poorly tracking, and two, they haven't got. Well, one of them hasn't gotten fluted yet.
And one of them, it seems, just got flipped.
Looks like Sonny's going to take a look at that hookshot cave to see if the key to Turtle Rock is under the map. He's also probably just going to go into GT next here.
Not a bad play, if I do say so myself.
It needs to be cleared out anyway, so why not?
You have access, you have the means to do it, sure. But, it's either up in GT, our last two items, or one of them, or my favorite thing, Ice Rod being on Laser Bridge.
There's an interesting frog path that Nika's doing.
I'm sorry, I blinked there. What was that last item?
Probably.
Well, he's not heading back to the rock, so I don't think it was the bombos.
It was a validation groupie.
Ah.
Overworld light. Oh, wait, no, it's Dark World, isn't it? Dark World. Look.
Looks like Nika's taken
it was
Jeremiah on a world tour.
It's either a piece of heart, a heart container, a rupee, or the Misery Mire map in Hookshot Cave.
All right. Sonic check right side hook room, going full left now.
Who knows? Nika might actually be doing something completely different, taking a page out of the Dragon Quest book and take the dwarf to Ganon.
If the dwarf will let, if the dwarf will allow it.
I mean, pigs eat frogs, right?
I don't. Yeah, pigs are carnivores, aren't they? Yeah, I think so.
Big key's being found on Sawney's side, so.
Yeah, but we're pretty much going to be checking all these chests because we still need 2 items.
Yeah, but if they come fairly early, it's just him go. Oh right,
Oh yeah.
go.
Yep. Oh, omnivore. I forget. So, I studied human psychology, not biology, as my minor at least. Yes, this room right here. This is one of those rooms where, on a first playthrough, it's easy to forget about it. But oh boy, there's 4 chests.
There's the Ice Rod, and there's the
Ice Rod.
Bombos.
There's Go.
And Quake.
And Quake. There's Go in all the ways.
Mm-hmm.
Immediate exit at Turtle Rock.
That was the second thing that I was looking for in the seed. Having an interesting item inside of having an interesting placement inside of Gana's tower.
So, random room for the rando win.
And he's got everything he needs to go mode Ganon's tower once he's done this.
So it's just a quick dip into GT, get his last 2 items, and we're going to go straight to Trinex and finish this seed off.
We did it. We finished the relay.
Yeah, and you can tell he's seeing that. He's putting the speed on for pretty much every little bit now.
I'm trying to think of what the location is called where you use the shovel. I can't think of what the proper name is.
Isn't it Deku Key? Deku Tree? Or is that a different game?
Oh, it's under Flute Spot. Well, because I'm sure everyone's
Not anymore.
interested in what was going to be there.
Oh, we seem to have lost Nika.
I still see Nika on Twitch stream. Oh, wait, it's buffering a lot for me. Australian internet.
And that's an early big key as well for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, so I can.
At some point in a crazy seed like this, you just want to finish the dungeon. You just want to finish the seed up, and I indulge players fancy with that, I guess.
So even though we lost Nika here on stream, we can say that she is still running. she's currently in pod.
Yeah. Which channel of run is still up? Yes, shields are. I believe shields have been progressive for a while. There is one.
So how many keys are left needed to get to the boss for Total Rock 1?
Let's
Or is
see.
it 2?
Let's see. I actually haven't been counting. Did we find our big key?
We have, yes.
Yeah, early on. Yeah.
Well then, 2.
2. One for this door and one for...
Big key for this, one for Crystal Roller, and then one for the one before Laser Bridge. And Sony is making sure that the big chest doesn't have a key in there.
And I'd also like to point out, look at Shawnee's 18 parts right there. You don't see that often.
Yes, shields are progressive now.
Same with bows, in case
Same.
you didn't know.
Same with bows.
Which I think bows were fairly
Also-
recent addition.
Also, there's our other key,
Wait,
so
where did,
yay!
And speaking of different and interesting routes, I like how UA is just took an earlier dip into Ganon's Tower.
Well, he'll end up getting rewarded for it, but he needs to go to like,
I
oops.
think
You might need a small key for that.
might need also, let's see, a hook shot for left side. But hey, I mean there are a few checks on the right side. There are still a few interesting items to find. So in case you thought that was it with Shawnee's finds, no, there's a few on UA's side of things possibly. Because Ganon's Tower always seems to hold out on a few nice to find items. Not necessary, but always seem to hold out on a few of those niceties.
I guess we could say in UA's case, with what he has to go right side, thinking there's progression there. But we, as the viewers, we know it's nothing.
Well, we know there's the big key.
Big key's on the left side, but we don't have hook shot.
that's on the left side. Yeah, sorry.
It's also worth noting that Sonny didn't go to the Armos to destroy them yet.
Well, he didn't need to.
Yeah,
And
naturally.
he's not going. And he's not going to need to.
Yeah.
But for Sony, that's Trinex.
Riches,
And that's 7
blueberries.
crystals.
Got riches, blueberries, more riches, and...
And a compass for the Skullwoods, why not?
Why not? I mean, maybe.
I think UA was about ready to go out, but then he realized, wait, I can't do that yet.
Oh yeah, gotta destroy Aghanim too, that's right.
Yes, we only want to do this climb once.
Yeah, unless you play a Wizrobe, one of Wizrobe's Planomizers, where there was instant death by picking up refills and dying plenty of times on the way up by the same magic drop in under one of these stalls right here in this room that Shawnee's in. But no, I'm not talking from experience or anything. And it's totally not the one that Shawnee picked up at 6:43:43.
So
Welcome.
that's another way across.
Oh,
Are
hi,
you
Bob.
Ada?
That's right. I did want to have that throwback to Bob from a while ago. How many versions has it been since Bob was a huge meme? Sometimes you forget all the small things like that. Surprises let me know she cares. Oh, Nathan, where are you, eh? You can do it. Whoopee? The red tunic. And unfortunately, not going to see the third soda can.
No. By the way, just spoilers, it would be Coke.
Good. Which type of Coke?
Coke.
Oh.
Whatever Sony Ref wants to feel like celebrating with later.
Okay.
Well, I can say this: it's Pepsi for victory.
Yeah. So I can see Nico's stream up right now, taking on Helmasaur.
Yeah. Trying to ping Snow Bear right now to see if he'll come to our rescue. Ooh, took a death on King Helma, so just going back in. And Troldorm gets everyone.
Part 2.
That was Sony got
Censored.
through it unscathed on the first one, but on the second one, not so much.
Troldorm 2. Electric censored. And run validated with $20. Thank you, LB Creed, for helping volunteer for Mega Man X.
Alright, into Agatu Sonic goes as UA is making his way down
Found the
Ice
cave.
Palace. Now, it should be noted here real quick, boots weren't really required.
But they were a nice
No.
addition.
As I said, they're not really required, but they're nice just to have.
Yep. Well, you know, that's before that.
What's this
It's-
UA doing? Is he doing what some people call an alpha gamer move or something like that?
He's trying to do Icebreaker, which is a new glitch that's been fine. Pretty much use the Cane of Samaria and you push yourself over the wall there to pretty much skip a giant portion of Ice Palace.
Oh, cool.
And Let's see who's got it. If he does, the bot will push him over. There you go, he got it.
Nice.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Icebreaker. It's been a long day. No, we appreciate your help, Snowman.
Well, it's been almost 7 hours. You deserve it, don't worry.
It happens. Well, I'm sure we'll all be glad to, Hey, if that's the worst technical issue, that's been a pretty good relay.
Also, GG's to Sonny finishing the relay for the yellow team. Myself and Bordrak could not be any happier.
Well, it is our team after all.
It's been a
And the best team wins.
Yes,
we
went. We went for the gold.
Oh, that's a nice animation right there. I love those small details right there. What do we got going on with you and Rika right now? We've got Skullwoods. I think Blind was already taken care of.
I can probably tell you about where we are, because pretty much he'll end up needing to go to Meyer here in a moment for his hook shot.
Though I do know that
I don't think they turned in their green pendant though, because neither of them have ether, I don't think. Oh wait, UA does.
I do know that Nico was talking about planning on wanting to. I do know. What was I gonna say? I do know that back on during the planning phase of this, Nika talked about wanting to do an early Ganon dip. So maybe we'll see that. Oh, it wasn't just this game. There was 5 other games as well, and there was a rotating shift work of different people commentating and playing games. 15 total runners, and
We started out with
and I think about 8 commentators.
Super Mario World, then moved on to Super Metroid, then on to Mega Man X, then Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, and finally we're ending today with A Link to the Past Randomizer.
And certainly this type of relay, this being the second time with several different teams and several different runners like this, definitely seems like it might be a thing in the future to make this maybe a sort of annual thing, but we'll have to see how that plays out. There's certainly a few few issues to work out with this to make sure it runs a whole lot smoother for the next time, and maybe make sure the teams are a little bit better balanced. But those details are going to be worked out as at a later to be determined time.
Alright, so.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Sony. Victory to the yellow team.
So, what did you think of that seed?
Hi, I can hear you guys now.
Hey,
You sure?
I'm certain.
how many fingers am I holding up?
I'm just gonna go with my usual guess of 3.
Hey, that's right.
Victory to the yellow team, though.
Wow, that's how many crystals you need to get the GT for go mode.
Oh my gosh. So, there was one question I was asking myself before I went into GT, and that
Was the shovel?
was the shovel going to lead to Bombos or the Ice Rod?
It led to 10 arrows.
Oh.
We had been asking that question as well until you actually found complete go mode.
Gotcha.
The only person that had any inkling was Mega King Icarus because he vetted the seed, but it definitely played on our minds a lot. Just seeing it there, just sitting there.
Now we can say Nika did do an Agate Tower climb, but she doesn't have the boots yet.
Yeah. So what did you think about Moon Pearl being on pedestal?
Okay, so I'm not going to lie on this one. As soon as I saw that Eastern Palace was another pendant after finishing it out of logic, I immediately switched my mindset to finding the Moon Pearl. Finding the Moon Pearl to getting all 3 pendants because I had a feeling that was going to be necessary. Lo and behold, that was the truth. So as soon as I pulled Moon Pearl off of Ped, I almost fell over out of my chair laughing.
I actually checked the Ped with the book and sort of walked away swinging their sword in anger.
Oh yeah, I can imagine him not being happy. Diving Swamp for Pegasus boots without hookshot was a godsend.
And then you found hookshot and mire, and then found out that boots weren't required, but they were, a lifesaver anyway.
Oh yeah.
Like initially, I was just trying to find a seed where Ganon's Star was necessary when there was a decent number of checks.
Oh.
Or spheres or whatever they're called. I can't think of the technical name at the moment.
That would be spheres.
Yeah, yes.
Because GT would be a sphere 5 check, I believe.
So, I think I have bad news for you,
He's about to get his boots.
He's about to get his boots, and he's going to think about that shovel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Also, just to give you guys an idea on my collection rate, 182 of 216. I almost full cleared this team.
What was your time in the end?
In-game time was 212.
Yeah.
I think the RTA was about 215.
Not too bad then.
No, I'll definitely take it.
Yeah, this relay definitely had its ups and downs.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you, Icarus, on the Super Metroid.
Uh-huh. There's a reason. There's a reason there's a reason we're getting third place. I'm just...
And it's Nika?
Yeah. Like, all the hundreds of seeds that I played in the past have all different kinds of settings of majors only random, majors minor split, all the different versions and updates from the applet to the now website to Total's website to area shuffle. Couldn't prepare me at all for the seed that Nika had ready.
Yeah, Nika gave you guys an evil seed, where I gave a mostly friendly seed for free enterprise. Because I knew there was going to be some evil, so I knew I needed to get a good balance out that evil.
Yeah. Hey, it happens. It's been going on for 7 hours, Snowbear. That's definitely something to look into if there is going to be a fourth one of these. And I have a feeling that it's more likely than what I was saying at the end of the second rando relay. I didn't even know if there was going to be a third one after the second rando relay. But here we are. It's bigger. We have 5 games this time around.
Definitely a whole lot of fun and showcases a whole lot. And yeah, I definitely had fun with it.
I love how UA finds the boots and then just rams into the wall in anger. He's so mad.
Yeah.
I know him. I know he's mad right now.
Yeah, I can't wait till he does this Aga climb and then does the next spot for nothing.
I'm just glad that no one was in Team Blue's call when I realized that when I had variants revealed to me. I'm just glad no one was there to hear that. Glad it was not nice things.
Well, it's been a long day for everyone. I'm going to bounce out. It's just gone 5 o'clock in the morning for me. I really should probably get some sleep. So, thank you for yourself and Nika for setting this up. It's been a pleasure to be on it. And yeah, hopefully since I've sort of been the representative for the mods of the free enterprise community, thank you for letting us join in, and hopefully we'll be able to join in again soon.
Yep. Maybe for an RPG limit break, RPG take on this. Maybe for the SNES Superstars Marathon. It's to be determined. And to, satiate people's appetites for another attempt at this.
Also, I feel good for UA. He didn't go for the Aga climb. He went straight to Meyer.
Oh, thank the gods.
Overall, I'm a whole lot. I'm so much. This turned out so much better than last time. That's for certain. Where one of the games had to be completely mercy killed for both runners. But hey, at least everyone finished this time. It's highly likely that both UA and Nika are going to finish. What were your thoughts on this event overall?
A lot of work that got put into it. With our first initial goal being trying to find the bodies for it, and we did. And then, fortunately, we were able to have backups for our backups.
That certainly was something. And stuff comes up with everyone, that's for certain.
Yeah. So.
After everyone's gotten a nice good sleep, I'm gonna hand out
Someone forgot to hit the switch.
Oh right, yeah. I forgot something in this file. There we go. I do want to ask for feedback. Because like I said, after the second one, after all the issues with that one, I wasn't sure if there was going to be a third one. And lo and behold, like I said, here we are with the third one. It's certainly bigger than I was ever expecting it to be from the outset. I'm sure there's some similar thoughts that Nika has as well.
We don't need to worry about one thing in this dungeon anyway.
I mean, in my case, that fairy in a bottle was the fourth bottle. I don't know if UA's taken the same path that I did.
Yes and no. He started in Sank. He did a Houlihan. But as far as dungeons, yeah.
Then that should be his fourth.
Yeah. He did climb up to GT early here, but he didn't have what you have, so he did right side. But but we know our progression's on the left side.
Yeah, all the progression is on the left side.
Unless you want some more defense, in which case you gotta go all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the amount of life I had, I knew Red Mail wasn't going to be a necessity. If I had 8 hearts going into GT, then Red Mail would have been a necessity. Otherwise, not really. I mean, then again, I have the ability to survive GT and Ganon with 8 hearts green mail. I just choose not to.
Yeah, best to make safe a little bit. Unlike that various Super Metroid. So what do you what do you think of that Mega Man X scene? Too long, too short, just right?
Just right. Pretty much as we were getting closer, all I was thinking about was like our 1 hour estimate was, very safe. And I figured between the 3 of us running, we were going to blow that out of the water. And then we did.
There also was I checked the estimates.
Yeah, I think overall our estimate was quite safe.
Yeah, the overall was definitely safe.
Yeah, I think Free Enterprise also was safe. I think about the only thing that wasn't safe was Super Metroid.
Well, things happen.
Yeah, things happen. We're gonna figure out a good plan for Super Metroid, but that's certainly been the biggest stumbling block as far as seeds go. And finding a good balance of entertaining seeds and seeds that don't cause a major soft lock moment between runners. But hey, what is it? 80% of the seeds being good isn't bad.
I am actually curious to watch it back when this is over, for no other reason to look at my point.
I just gotta ask with X, what the heck was up with Armadillo's attack? Because I couldn't help but laugh while that was happening.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, say that again?
Armadillo's attack.
Oh, yeah, that's randomized speed. But because of my run, I never saw that. So, for me, doing the seed, Armadillo never hit the wall the first time. And then the second time, I skipped it. So I never saw it.
Because you got to skip.
Because I got to skip the second time. Because the first time, he actually hit the wall and came right out of it, so I didn't have to worry about it.
There you go.
Yeah. It's good plays.
Well, it was also RNG luck, but hey.
Mm-hmm. Aside from my Super Metroid segment, I'm interested to see how everyone else fared. And also to watch this event in its entirety. Because I also didn't see the Requiem Hall of Final Fantasy IV.
Now, as good as that's the seed for me felt, still ended up getting beat as an overall time by Krieg, because he did it in 32, I did a 35.
Yeah, Krieg blazed through the seed. Because I saw a voice chat. Well, not voice chat, I saw a text chat, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dark Shadows is also a really good runner. Sadly, got the worst end of the stick on that one.
I'm glad for time being made up during the Mega Man X segment, but it's one of those bittersweet moments.
I mean, to be completely fair, Podrak and Bull both gave me a massive lead going into Link to the Past, and that helped out a lot.
Well,
I messed around in this scene.
Alright, real quick here, it was built on lead because Shady Force had an entire dungeon going into Bowser's Castle ahead of the Super Mario World runners. Moctroid was starting to get into was heading towards I believe Phantoon as for his last boss as Swamp Space finished up Turian and the game.
What's this?
So
okay, there's something I'm not getting on Link to the Past. That make it is dead. The magic meter wasn't going down.
because she had the cape and she was holding onto the wall. So while you're doing that, you don't lose magic.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an interesting programming oversight in the game, where if you're holding onto any wall or any object while you're using the magic cape, the magic meter itself will not deplete at all. So you can use that in many different ways to just save yourself magic. It's even useful in the Ganon fight, but unfortunately you didn't see that for me because I got on the inside of the fire bat ring, so I wasn't being damaged. I was just dashing into Ganon with the butter sword, getting my hits in, so that way I could transition into phase 3, getting the second phase done in the first cycle.
I wish I thought of that when I was facing Dick during one of my league race run-ins, where essentially we did a mystery seed, and it ended up being almost expert settings. So it was pretty much 8 hearts, green male for the entire seed with Master Sword Silverless.
Yeah, and for those that may not have caught the lead, Bull and I were part of the same team, so it was very ironic that we ended up being part of the same team first.
That's fine. We get to have bragging rights over Beard Force 1, which had Dark Shadows and UA. So,
Sometimes RNG has a way of working out like that.
You just never know how it's going to work.
we almost got it. We almost got our third partner because we almost roped in our other friend, Dark Rid for Super Metroid.
Yep.
Oh, UA going for the quick kill on Argus, but missing it. And Nika, unfortunately, getting the bad news of progression being on the opposite side of Ganon's tower.
Yep. How's that for a troll, huh?
I enjoyed it. I was glad I had hookshot when I went in.
Yeah. That's really what gave you a big of a lead, is delaying Ganon's tower for as long as you did.
Yeah, that was something I was thinking about the whole time was, am I going to need hookshot for GT? And ultimately the answer was yes.
I'm not sure how recent this setting's been added, but I do know that I've had this been sitting for about a month and a half. And I'm also glad that the link to this pre-generated seed didn't break with the new sprites, that all the items were still placed in the same locations.
Yeah, that does have a chance to break the seed, but unless there's a major update on the randomizer itself, it will not break it, as far as I know. No, Bob!
Wow, here's the skeleton knight. You were the chosen one. You're supposed to catch our team up, not kill Bob.
It looks like you guys heading back up to Ganon's tower. Or you can't do TR because it doesn't have combo.
Right. It's been a long night.
It has been. It definitely has been.
I started to get a little stupid after a while. I'm glad I was able to have. I'm glad the meatballs were still good tonight.
It was
one of those.
tired.
It's one of those recipes where you put a sauce in the crock pot. The crock pot itself starts to caramelize the sauce around the meatballs a little bit, and it's one of those sweet and spicy type of sauces with a little bit of salty flavor from the drop of soy sauce.
Are we getting a bomb jump from Nika right now across the gap?
The big plays.
Pause buffered bomb jump. Off by a pixel. Now this is one of those bomb jumps that's much easier with boots to line up pixel-wise.
How's that karma feel? Oh, what? Okay. Nothing else that was interesting.
Alright, now that UA's got his hook shot, he's going to be able to continue through this and get this done. There's the big key on the 13th chest for him. If you guys play the GT big key guessing game, if you would guess 4 for mine. Sorry, not 4.
Yeah.
5 was mine. If you'd guessed 5, you would have won.
Next year definitely got to find more people to commentate. Because when you had entered this place, we were starting to get. It was really evident that how exhausted we were from this whole event.
I mean, we did months of planning going into this event and ended up having it be. Looks like it's going to be about 7.5 hours, more than likely. Nico, we're probably looking at closer to the 8.5 hour range, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Definitely gonna look at how to better balance the teams and what worked for seed generation, what doesn't. Because when it comes to seed generation, you gotta try to strike a balance between entertaining seeds and seeds that are fun to play through. And don't take up a crazy amount of time and make things go over time.
I mean, in the case of this one, I actually had a blast playing through it.
Yeah.
It just took much longer than I think any of us anticipated.
Yeah.
And that's why, while I was going through looking at free enterprise seeds, the first one I actually generated was the right seed. Also, UA enters go mode, and he's ready to go take on Turtle Rock, get his last crystal, climb GT, defeat Aga 2, and then roast a pig for everybody.
Yeah.
Now, they're both running red mail, aren't they?
Yep. Right in the depths of GT.
And I just ended up running good old blue mail.
That was something that I liked about the way that this seed generated. Is you didn't get the seeds too early. Let me think. Maybe a bottle. Might be at least one bottle.
We'll know when she enters her inventory.
Gold sword.
There's butter.
Butter.
Savory butter. Yes, at least one bottle.
Yeah. Oh, right. So you see this. Our stuff is laid out a little bit different on the app.
I may have never marked off my shield for you when I got my regular shield and then my fireball shield.
That's fine. I mean, as long as people know the major items.
Then again, I don't think my tracker was actually showing up. But that's beside the point. Yeah, I forgot to pull that up, but it's okay.
It happens. Like I said, it's been a long race. Let me just VOD this right here so I can... what... Okay, boom. First frame. Is magic powder on this tracker? Okay,
You may have to double click mushroom in order to get it.
got that for... ether. Nika has ether. And flute. No, just ether. Bombos requires one shot. Got both
Yeah, almost. Well,
And four.
fire hook shot because you can put via bomb jumps.
And crystals 2 through 4. I think. Wait, am I counting right? 1, 2, 3. The first two on the top row, and on the bottom it's the second and the third. I can't tell it two. Yeah, that too.
Yes, she does have silvers.
And flippers.
And she's about to get her boots because she's going into Swamp Palace. Unfortunately, UA missing the instant kill on the most annoying enemy in the entire country because Turtle Rock is more affectionately known as the Mario Dungeon. Because you've got Pokies, you've got Chain Chomps. I mean, they're two very good Mario games.
There's the paint program. I want to do some things with that. Four, 3 of them are blue. And it's 2 through 5, which I can count good. Swamp is crystal number 1 as well. So go and double check the thing right here. The Turtle Rock, where's the T? There we go. And Turtle Rock is crystal number 7, looks like.
Yeah, TR was crystal number 7, which is very vanilla.
Yeah, it worked out in the end.
Okay, I'm like sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Looks like UA got his go mode items.
Yes, he went left side GT after getting hookshot, got the rest of the go mode items. He is about to take on Trinex to grab those final crystal, or to grab that final crystal.
So it looks like everyone is falling for the same trap of going into Swamp early just to find their boots and then realize, oh right, I should probably check the mire area next.
This isn't necessarily a trap. Let me just read off, where's the playthrough? Let me just read off how the playthrough, according to ALTTPR.com, is, the first seed is going for, is White World, Tactical Well, Aggressive Sword, Blind Set for the first bugs, getting the Book of Madura in Sahasrar's hut, then the Mobile Cave for that bow, and finally getting the sword from the uncle.
I mean, either way, you're going to get both swords when you're checking out. Mire doesn't require hook. Mire, or soul hook, shall I say?
No, he's right. He's right. Boots were required to get into mire.
Yeah. because Hook was locked within Mire, which means boots are used in that first room of Mire to actually access it.
And 21 total spheres for players to go through.
Yeah, I knew sphere-wise this was a long seed.
That was a good selfish night.
Cabbages.
Oh, Nika. Making the early climb, are we? Well, the good news for her is she'll get T-Rock on her. And, but she can't go into GT.
Yeah, she can do the upper room of GP.
Oh, wait.
But the problem is that she doesn't have Hook, so if she can't hover...
The berm.
We got that idea.
Over to the maple syrup.
So the only thing she really needs to do is just go to Mire. That's where she really needs to go.
Then in Mire, she'll get her Hook shot.
Yep, she's on the right track now.
UA is making the ascent through the gauntlet right now. A pretty cool gauntlet. This blue side's happening. The red stall child was a little rude to him.
I need to go grab water. I'll be right back in a minute.
Okay.
Stopping to change that anti-fairy into a fairy is going to change the pattern of land mode 2. So it's going to make it a lot harder to get the one cycle of scenarios, which I missed as well. But with having butter, it only takes 2 slashes, whereas with tempered, it takes a spin and a slash to defeat any of the land balls. This room feels so good to get it right.
It did take me a while. Believe it or not, it took me the longest time to finally get that room right.
It happens.
Oops, that's not what we wanted to do.
Did he just fall back down the hole?
Yep, he did.
Come on, UA. He's waiting for the door to close. So that way he doesn't despawn the sprites in the dungeon. Because that is something that can be done from that room. And if it happens, as a few of us have experienced, Aghanim 2 and Moldorm 2 do not spawn. Which means you can't clear the dungeon, you can't kill Aghanim 2 to cause Ganon to appear.
And it's like, you lose. Good day, sir.
You gotta do the tower all over again.
You actually have to exit the tower and come back in. Because even mirroring does not fix it.
Yeah, I did that in the league. That's why, since I did that, I always go up and around just to make sure the door closes.
And for those watching on the VODs, not sure what time it is for the runners. For a lot of these runners, it's either nearing midnight or past midnight. Just to put it into perspective, some of these runners are really tired right now, and it's just been an endurance. And right now, it just feeling like an endurance match for quite a few people.
I was about to say, in my case, I'd be getting ready for bed right about now, but I had some caffeine earlier, so that way I could stay awake throughout my portion of the relay. Pardon the hiccup. Oh boy, these acronym patterns. I have words for these acronym patterns. And he's getting nicer ones than I did. Oh, here we go. I have words for these acronym patterns.
Welcome to some of the more recent versions of this randomizer, where acronyms has a lot. If I have the correct information, there's a lot more RNG to what acronyms patterns can be.
Oh, there's a heck of a lot more.
There's her hookshot.
And now she can go do the left side of Ganon's tower, enter go mode, and probably not be at
Yeah.
as Yue enters Ganon with the tempered sword instead of the butter sword. So a lot more slashes are going to be required to actually get through Ganon.
I'm guessing it was the pegs that were forgotten.
I mean,
It's a safe assumption.
I would assume so as well. But Yue is going to go ahead and go with the spin strat, which is going to get it done in 6 hits, 3 doubles. So
And get all the teleports.
he's going to get like 8 teleports if I counted correctly. It might have been 7. I don't remember. All I know is my heart was pounding at this point, and I was like, don't fall off. I don't know how much time I have to spare.
Yeah, that's certainly like I said, that's certainly going to be something to look into if / when we ever do a fourth one of these.
Yeah, So, we'll talk about the relay. Not the relay, the league. I will actually talk about the league for just a moment. For those of you that actually play this in tournaments, I faced Jem in one of my matches. And for those that don't know who Jem is, he's one of the highest tier runners of the randomizer.
Yeah, screw that seed.
Sorry to interrupt, but it looks like Red Team is
Done.
GG.
My bad. If I spoiled anything, I'm sorry, but screw that seed.
Nope.
Dude, do you agree, Sonny? Do you agree?
I mean, I almost fell out of my chair when I pulled Moon Pearl off the head with a blind pull.
Oh, I went and checked that immediately as soon as I knew it was there. I knew it was there. As soon as I saw a green pendant in Desert Palace and I knew Hera was blue pendant, I was like, or whatever pendant, I was like, I'm about to get a pendant out of Eastern, aren't I? I beat Eastern. I was like,
Eastern was blue pendant, Hera was red pendant, Desert was green pendant, and then it was, oh hey, we gotta go pull Ped for Moon Pearl. Oh great, there's our Dark World access. Now the seed's actually opened up.
yeah, see, my problem was the entire time I was in the back of my mind thinking, when am I going to have to go get this stupid freaking shovel?
Thank you.
Like the entire freaking time, I'm like, when am I going to have to grab this damn shovel? Because I know, I was like, dude, Bombos is going to be on there, or something stupid's going to be on there. And I'm like, as soon as I get the boots, if I got the boots any earlier than I did, I was immediately going to Aga. Like, I'm not even questioning it. I'm like, nope, Aga. Because it's like, I knew something was going to be there, but it was probably leading into Mushroom, if I had to guess. So,
Don't worry. Sony thought it, Comms thought it, we all thought it.
And it turns out that Boots was a lot later than that would have been.
Yep, it was only required for one thing. Getting into Mire.
Getting into Mire, oh my.
Yeah, like that's all it was required for, since we had Hookshot in Mire, was getting past that first room of Mire with the box strat that really...
See, here's the funny thing about that is, if anybody's who's familiar with Dr. Bob, he has a theory of self-locking items. So pretty much what it is that if there's another item that can lead to it, it's going to lock itself behind it. So Hookshot can lock Boots, Boots can lock Hookshot, things like that. So, finding the Hookshot and Hookshot cave kind of thing. So, like, as soon as I found that, I knew going into Swamp Palace was going to be a good play, and the entire time I'm like, I don't want to go into Swamp Palace without Hookshot. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, it's going to be something stupid like vanilla items, because Hammer was in Pod, and I'm like, of course Hammer's in Pod. I prioritized Pod over anything else because Pod was so freaking dense compared to, anywhere else. And like, I could have had my Fire Rod way earlier. I didn't. So, because I didn't go into Skull Woods because it's only, it's 4 items compared to 2?
You're not the only one who didn't go to Skull Woods earlier, right, Sonny?
So, Sonny, what was your final time?
2:15.
Okay, not too bad considering. I'm rusty as heck, 2:27. Okay, not too bad for being rusty. Okay.
The last time I played was in the relay, or not the relay, the league.
That was the last time I played.
So I still feel like we put up some really good times, especially with how this seed ended up playing out.
I'm so mad though I couldn't get the door extension in Mire. I don't know the pixels for it, so I couldn't get it.
Oh, so. The door extension in Mire is not easy.
It's fun though. It's fun to see. I got some dude. My cold stare fight was dope.
So my cold stare fight was literally Fire Rod. Okay, ice is broken. Spin attack, 2 slashes.
See,
just don't even get it started on it. You see the Metroid see that seed.
Yeah, that seed was rough, man. That seed was definitely rough.
Especially, it's like I got grabbed here when I'm like, okay, I just need either a space jump or a high jump. And
So
I'm like, okay, Mika's gave the head of Hell Run, so I'm gonna do a Hell Run. I'm gonna check left side first because maybe there's something good there. I assume Hell Run's reasonable enough. I get a whole bunch of energy. I find a whole bunch of energy tanks on the way. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be something really stupid now. I'm like, okay, I have to do this extreme stupid Hell Run thing that Mika cursed.
Mika's going back in to do what I did.
That Mika herself cursed at. So I'm like, okay, Mika's not gonna be that hypocritical. Turns out Mika was being that hypocritical.
Mika is going to be upset right now when she finds out there is absolutely nothing in this big chest.
So yeah, the funny thing is about my cold stare fight, I did the glitch where you can basically get extra Fire Rod shots. I went in there full health. So I did the Fire Rod and then did Sword Slash and the extra Fire Rod shot. So I ended up having almost half of my magic left. So I just like Spun Slash, got it. I never got Butter. Where was the 4th sword? I don't even.
Camera picks.
Oh shit! I never went back there. I never had a reason to.
By the way, UA, I gotta give you props for trying to get the Argus quick kill. Because that is one of those kills that I will admit I am garbage at.
Yeah, I missed my second freaking item dash and it screwed everything up, so I was like, screw it, I just have to continue. So
oh yes, And don't even get me started on the bomb jumping bullcrap from Super Metroid. Where, of course, it ended up being the last location I checked, and of course it was one of those locations where I went back to another location to get more health, thinking that, oh, no, it can't possibly be in this location. It wasn't that location, the last location, after I asked you for the spoiler login for me.
I mean, to be fair, I did fail Ice Palace bomb jump once. So.
Ice Palace bomb jump? What's that?
Because you did Ice Breaker.
You damn right I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see, and I wish I would have just like looked up something real quick to refresh my memory on how to do Diver Down, because I forgot how. I could probably.
I know how to do Diver Down. I just don't like doing it. It's like Icebreaker. I know how to do it. I just don't like doing it.
I don't know the bomb setup, but like at the same time, I haven't done the Diver Down in a long time. So like every seed that I've played until this one, I've not had the cane of Samaria in Swamp, so I just never been able to do it. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump out, guys. I'm gonna probably go play a different game and mess around. So y'all have a good one. It was a lot of fun. Where is the other cohort at? How are they doing?
Nika has 6 of the 7 crystals. Has to get Bombos and Ice Rod.
She just needs to go back into GT and go outside.
Okay, so.
Oh, hold on.
Go ahead.
I did what you asked, Nika. Go to Ganon's Tower now. You wanted this. Go to Ganon's Tower now. You especially told me to look for this when betting a seed. Go to Ganon's Tower now.
Oh wow, you got to watch a good portion of my run.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that Sonic got to watch that much of my run.
Yeah, dude. I mean, to be fair, our team was really stacked.
Yeah.
Your team was also far ahead. Like that's just what happens. Like I didn't even care. I'm glad.
Oh no.
They did Aga.
No, Nika, no.
You did Aga.
No.
At least we get to figure out what's in Shovel Spot.
Oh.
I mean, I imagine it's behind the flute, but who needs the shovel when you got the?
All right, I'm gonna drop out again, guys. So y'all have a good one and good luck to Nika. Thank y'all for commentary. Thank you, Randomania, for hosting this. It was a lot of fun. So everybody have a good one.
You and my brother.
Yeah.
GG's.
Yep, GG to you too, man.
10 sticks.
And there are the 10 pointies.
Hey, now she's in the right place.
Here we go. We got the right place.
It's a dog named Spot in Greek.
Yeah, that quake that ended up not being required either.
There's the hook dash that a lot of us are so fond of. I freaking love hook dashing. Then again, the Japanese version of Link to the Past is so broken anyway.
Yeah. I know that some of these are also in the Game Boy Advance version, but the only person I know of who's actually run that version is Nimchan. And it's been a while since she's run that version, so the rap thing.
Holding my cartridge in my hand.
Yeah, they changed the puzzle up there. So I have a
They didn't
game.
change any of the dungeons at all. What they did was they added the extra dungeon after the first sword and stuff in the game. Yeah, you need 10 medals to get the Hurricane Spin, which is ridiculously powerful.
As far as the Four Sword Zelda goes right there, it's interesting for a type of tech demo and watching it on marathons like Zeldathon, but I wouldn't say it's a good full Zelda game. It's more like a good tech demo, because a lot of the stuff they tried in that version, they ended up doing that stuff in Minish Cap.
Oh, she'll be in go mode relatively quickly from here, since the left side is the only side that remains. As we know,
Yeah.
Bombos and Ice Rod are both going to be here. Everything is going to be set and good to go. So it's just going to be obtaining the keys needed for Turtle Rock after this, and then finishing out both Aga Tower and Ganon's Tower.
And
If
if
she
you're one of
decides to.
48 people remaining and you guess 13 for both unavailability and Mika for the big key, then congratulations, you win some imaginary internet points.
So whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, those points don't matter.
Where everything's made up, the points don't matter. What?
Sarcasm. For what? Sarcasm. I mean, for what shall profit him? For what shall profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his own soul? Mark 8:36, I believe.
Alright, so Nika is heading in the correct direction to get both Bombos and the Ice Rod. As we know, it is in the...
Random room.
Yeah, thank you.
That's fine. We all...
I mean, she hasn't done any of left side.
Yes. She's at least walked over there.
And in this room, it's a lot of really nice items. Loaded the epitome thereof.
Like Quake, and Bombos, and Half Magic, and Ice Rod.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Half Magic wasn't really necessary this scene. She did not
Plus
take a Quake, though.
How's it going? What's your... whatever.
It was the same. Quake was in the same room.
Yeah, Quake, same room, but she did not.
We've been doing this really for like the past 7 hours.
Almost 8 hours.
Yeah.
We're about to hit our estimate.
And yeah, this is something that definitely we're gonna look at trying to fix in later attempts of this type of relay of 5 different randomizer games, all from the Super Nintendo. But yeah, a lot of us have been up quite a while. It's been something of an endurance test. Both mentally and physically. But otherwise, yeah, we're doing fine.
No, she gets knocked off of her platform by a Beery. Alright. So Nika is in go mode, just has to clear Turtle Rock, finish out Ganon's Tower, and then that's gonna be it. She's using the hookshot method instead of going with the Cane of Burna method to get through the crystal rollers, which you saw me use the Cane of Burna method by Burna dashing. That also protects you from being able to take damage from the crystal rollers themselves and just allows you to run straight through them. Doesn't even stop your dash at all.
I take it the stream's ended.
I have a defensive technique, certainly. Just don't get knocked up. Oh, just don't get knocked into the wall by that slime.
Hold on, I need to say something. I should have one key.
Works hard.
Right?
Oh, I just realized I have about 4,100 some channel points I could spend.
Yeah, Sneak thought she forgot something.
Yeah, I was confused. There's like, where are you going?
Hey, I'm not 100% certain. No, she was not.
Alright, let's get that small key from the pokey and get on to the big chest.
Yep, steal the small key from the pokey, go to the big chest, which, I'm not gonna lie, you may have noticed me just stop there for a second.
Oh, you were ready to go straight to the back.
Yup, if I hadn't stopped for a moment, I had a feeling I was going to be screwed.
So I'm just making sure things are.
Oh no.
What?
So, I guess we're gonna have the question answered after all. Is there a key on Laser Bridge?
It should be.
I hope there is.
Oh, right. You're right. I hope.
Let's find out.
No, because you can also trade your key with pokey for the key in lava chests. So.
Find out tomorrow, maybe, depending if you're in Central. I think it's Central.
So no, with how it works, you would not be locked out if you used your key to go to the lava chest, because then you'd still have that extra key. The problem is that there is a small key in the big chest, and Nika has decided to skip out on the big chest for right now, not knowing that there's a small key within it. So if there's no small key on Laser Bridge, she's going to have to venture all the way back to the big chest in order to get that small key, which is going to take a little bit of time.
And
I can't say how much.
And we'll find out if that's true or not tomorrow if you're in Central Time Zone. It's like 1 minute till tomorrow in Central Time Zone.
Alright, here we go.
There you go.
Ooh, okay.
And we found out before tomorrow. Yay.
Either way, Nika did make the correct decision. Whether it does involve skipping out on the big chest or going to Laser Bridge. So that definitely is a sigh of relief.
So be careful here. Well, maybe not too careful. Probably be a little more careless, but be careful anyway.
Trying to act with butter doesn't require being careful. Let's be real.
Just 1, 2, hit the 2 strikes.
It's 3 strikes per head.
And then, like, be up to 3rd head, like a punch.
And then with butter, even against Trinex himself, it's 4 slashes, but 1 spin, 2 slashes to the head if you can get it before that center bit becomes vulnerable. We'll finish off Trinex. That's crystal number 7 for Nika. Nika is ready to take down Aghanim 2 and has the required amount of crystals to damage Ganon. Yep.
I've been helping doing the tracking update.
Because the way that we ended up having the seed for this relay was 3 required for Ganon's tower, 7 required to damage Ganon. And it made for interesting routing with Ganon's tower being necessary, but at the same time, putting off GT until closer to the end really, really paid off.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to think if there were. Was there any good items in Ice House? I can't remember right now.
No, there was nothing really necessary in IP.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It was Goldwood's Fire Rod, Swamp Boots,
Skull had Fire Rod and
and Flute. I knew I was forgetting one item.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what my route was, because I was going to say, I think it was Ice Palace that I skipped over and opted for GT before I went into Ice Palace, and that paid off a little bit.
Yeah, IP could have been going,
Yeah.
which would have saved a bit of time.
Yeah.
But there was no real way to know that until after you had actually started.
Well, there's also still no way to know that because you're also still looking for both Ice Rod and Lavos.
Exactly, which required you to go into GT. And considering what the settings of the seed were, the question really came down to what dungeons do you wish to check before you actually dive into GT and potentially have yourself stuck for a while.
I think the obvious two were Skull and Thieves Town, because if you go north as soon as you get that pearl, you'll find that Fire Rod and that Flute right there, and that's one dungeon done. And then you do Thieves Town right after that, and that's 2 dungeons done.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one. Yeah, Bull, I heard something in your background, my friend.
It's late.
Unfortunately, Nika ends up missing the silver arrow shots on Land Mode 2, which, I mean, Land Mode 2 being a little bit harder than Land Mode 1 because you actually have a fireball spitter shooting fireballs at you. It kind of sucks, not gonna lie, but at the same time, it happens. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Can't really be upset about that one. Alright, 4 Wizrobe Room. Perfect Wizrobes. Drop the Samaria block, detonate it, defeat 3 of them at once, slash that 4th one, you're done. Now it's time for the clock room. And is Nika going to do what I did and just go straight up the stairs? Yes, she is.
Yay. So where was So I'm trying to think what's the roller room in Turtle Rock?
Crystal Roller.
Mr. Roller?
Okay. That one. That show everyone got. Super Bunny Cave, I'm sure some people got it, some people didn't. Oh,
No.
right, the last one's a Minute Cave.
No, none of you did for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not do Mimic.
Just because I'm sure some people are curious about items where they were.
Yeah, Mushroom would have been the only item that we were missing.
Valid.
Yeah,
Hey, at least I checked that chest and got my $20 for it.
Yeah. And mushrooms in the game are a big chest, according to spoiler log.
Nice.
Well, curious who are watching the pod, and I certainly am one of those people too, who likes it who likes to know where items are.
Let's see what Nika thinks of these Agatu patterns, because, yeah. Already got 4 hits down, sitting about the same as I did. Gets that 5th hit, only 1 more to finish the job. Gets it done. Agatu's done just like that.
And whoa, what's this? It's a Ganon.
Wait, Ganon?
It's the pig giant.
Ganon exists in this game? So since Nika has her, I don't imagine her having a rough time with it at all.
Yeah. Maybe with the 3 hearts.
She has the fairy. She still has her fairy. She's fine.
Yeah, with the fairy in tow, everything's gonna be just fine. This death is gonna be inconsequential. I forgot that when any of the Toho characters die, they just become a full power box, I guess.
Something like that. I don't like the Toho fights, and by far my favorite sprite of all 3 runners is the Toho sprite, the Budo-sama. Marissa.
Yep. Marissa Kirsana.
Something like that. It's late. I'm glad to see the finale of this. I'm glad it happened.
Alright. Looks like you're gonna get a double in like I did. Yes! Double hit.
Oh wait, no.
Nope, can't do the maybe a triple! But 1 more silver gets the job done. That's it for Nika.
What's the top of the where's the stop time button?
Get your GGs out for Nika.
Did you vet this seed?
Yes.
It is terrible, man.
Hey! So yeah, about that. 2 hours and
Sure.
15 minutes for me.
2 hours 34:11.
You're being a hypocrite when you say that.
I know. That's like the whole reason I'm saying it. Oh my god, seriously, dude. Part of me wants to say this is like a randomizer you like wrote off as like
No.
a randomizer.
it's not
Nope,
a
I
randomizer.
already grilled him on that one, so nope.
Okay, then yeah, I have like no other smart comments to say.
I mean, I've got a few, but I'll save them for later.
Probably for the better.
Right.
I mean, I at least ran my seed to vet for free enterprise, so, and I literally did that yesterday.
I ran this
Oh
seed
my
too.
god. And the jawbreaker sleeps again.
GG.
Let's just see my collection rating. It's going to be something terrible.
182 out of 216 for mine.
Snow, is it possible to put Nika's stream back up so that the item collection thing plays out, or is stream been cut?
Well, I'm about to say what it is anyway. So let's see.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
184.
I got you by 2.
Yes, you did. And I average around 176. So... Okay, so
question,
did you guys find...
Did you even play through that Super Metroid C that you vetted for everyone else?
No. but I knew what to expect from the spoiler log. I completely forgot about that the mock droid jump. Okay, that's all on me, I'll admit. But everything else played out exactly as planned.
What were you going to ask, Nika?
I at least played through the seed.
Okay, what I was gonna ask is, did anyone find Quake or the mushroom?
Yeah,
Quake
Quake was
was in the chest that you mirrored out of in GT. The mushroom was in the GT big chest.
Wait. The Quake was in the chest I mirrored out of in GT.
yeah, but there was like 4
Was it-
Yeah,
chests.
because you didn't check the
Oh,
bottom
the
right
randomizer
chest
room.
of Random Room.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So who was the fastest? I take it gold. I take it Team 3 won.
I mean, I'm
bottom
raising
left,
my hand.
yellow. Bottom left, yellow, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We had about a 46-minute lead.
So let's subtract
Yeah.
40 minutes from blue team. That puts it at like 26. What was your end time for Link to the Past?
2:34:11.
What was yours? What was
2:15. 2:15:02
Okay.
to be specific.
Okay. So, if cutting those differences, it would have been a lot closer.
Anyway, look. I think our relay has like overstayed its welcome. So
Yeah.
I think we should wrap up.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already like overestimates.
Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you for hosting this
yes.
absolute train wreck.
Hey, it was
Thank you
better
very
than
much
last.
for hosting us.
It was better than last year's, where
2 years
at
ago,
least
actually.
everyone finished.
Yeah.
Last times, yeah.
I mean, even though I may be biased on this one, shout outs to my teammates on Yellow Team. Winners! All taking the words right out of my mouth. But I do want to thank everybody for bringing this entire relay together. Those of us that ran in it, those of us that helped organize it, those of us that vetted seats for it, all of us put in effort towards making the relay possible. And I definitely want to give a huge shout out to Randomania for allowing us to have this relay on the Super Week. So thank you so much to all of you here at Randomania.
And I also want to give a big.
So with that, that's going to be it for the Rando Relay. We're going to have an intermission coming up, and we'll be back early in the morning with some more runs for y'all to watch. So definitely be sure to stay tuned for those. Continue watching throughout the rest of the marathon.
In about
But until then,
you got 12 hours till the 7th saga with Matrick, Zaki the Shimmering Kirin, and Mecha Link, all playing the 7th saga.
But until then, y'all take it easy and have a good night.